I met a gypsy.
And so when you don't have social media, nowadays, if someone said some fucked up shit about Jet, guess what? Jet posts a story, goes out to all the people that it needs to go to, and he clears his own name. So in that era, and when media was that way, that was not possible. Josh Hill had no voice. Yamaha goes, dude, shut the fuck up, do the drug testing, it'll all go away. So what kind of feeling does that create? Now imagine what that felt like for James Stewart, and the pressure, and with never a chance to reply, never a way to get what you want to say out, never a way to come on a podcast and talk for 3 hours and tell the full story. That's why you saw what you saw with riders in that era. And I think that's why it's stopped now.
Yeah.
And I think that you can see that in a ton of different sports, man. And, you know, Formula One's a great example of that. MotoGP's a great example of that. And motocross is a tiny bit behind the times. And now it's coming into, I guess, like the modern age. So that, honestly, man, like, that's why I think you saw that. And, you know, you get guys that they made their career off getting these kind of scoops and getting these kind of headlines and being the guy that broke that story. And when you've got, when you're a rider and you know that a guy's, the only way a guy can build their media career is by scoop after scoop after scoop. And then you get to a point where, like, you're the fucking guy. That's a real place of distrust for riders, but you've kind of been, like, ushered into this position of power. So that's my take on why so many guys were, like, anti-media and didn't want to talk and didn't want to deal with the pressure. And they didn't want to take up they didn't want to put the sport on their shoulders and then go, like, you know what, I'll fucking carry this sport. I'll be the guy, because they just got fucking tore down for it.
Yeah. I think you're right. There's definitely something to that. I wish, though, that James could see that,
he'll come back.
One, the sport
He'll be back,
misses
I
him.
reckon.
Fans miss him, dude. You think so? Because if he would just come out and say, just have, like, your show, my show, one of these long form sit downs and like, what happened with the thing when you put the light on the car and we're going to the airport? Like, well, you just think it was funny? Like, you know, explain it and go, yeah, I it was stupid. I screwed up, you know? Some of those deals, you know, tell us about the water thing. Like, did you really have a prescription for that stuff? Like, how long have you been, you know, just answer some fucking questions. And if even if he's wrong, just own it. You know how that shit is. If a guy just goes, yeah, we did it wrong. I fucked up. I should have done this. We did that. But, like, at the end of the day, it's done. I can't change it now. Like, he would just squash so much of the bullshit, and people they want to hear from him. You know what I mean? Like, he was one of the most enigmatic guys we've ever had. And he just has disappeared. And he's trying to run a company, you know. I don't know how Seven survives if he doesn't get engaged. If he would come out and do some marketing for them, that brand could take off. I don't know that it ever will if he doesn't come back, you know. And I totally get, like, I saw that video clip I think everybody saw where he's like, I can't even stand to go out to my old track, and the smell of the dirt, like, just makes me sick. He can't even smell the dirt. He's got such a negative connotation with all of it. It physically makes him ill. And I guess I get that. Like I said, I can't even understand the pressures he was dealing with, all of the bullshit, the you know, kooks in Southwick that were, you know, the stuff. I'm sure he's had to deal with some stuff. But it's like, man, by and large, dude, the whole sport misses you. Like, we want to hear from you. So hopefully one day, somewhere, he shows up and
Man, I did.
comes back.
I can't remember what year it was. It was when he was on Suzuki, and it was like Thanksgiving, and I was there doing some filming, and it was just literally just me and him, and his mechanic Dave was there, and we did some filming, and then he come in, we were chilling in the shed, and I just said to him, I was like, dude, 'cause he was over it, and I was like, man, why don't you just quit, and then me and you go to Glamis, put a fucking sand tire on the back of this factory Suzuki, leave it with Supercross suspension in, and break the fucking internet. And I was like, and every 3 months, you do some fucking dumb shit like a Glamis trip, or, you know what I mean, like Ocotillo, or you make a video with Twitch. Like, bro, you don't need to ever race a dirt bike again. And I like fully had this like sit down conversation with him in the shed. And I was like, please, dude, please. Like, you don't have to race. Like, you need to understand. Like, what year was he on this? I'm not sure. Maybe this was like 16 or
I'd have
something.
to go back and look.
But like, this was even way before like Berriman and Axel had like the huge followings on Instagram. I was just like pleading with him, like, dude, just do the Instagram thing. Just drop crazy edits. That's it. That's all you got to do. Nobody gives a fuck anymore. Like, you've earned everything you've got.
Yeah.
Just blow up the internet. And I was like, I did my best. And then it was like, it was half
What's
the thing.
did he just kind of blow it off?
No. I thought it would happen. Like, there was a period of time where I was like, we were just talking about it. And I was like, man, I think it's going to happen. And then it just didn't happen. And I haven't spoke to him in years now.
If he could realize that like, you're absolutely right. Four videos a year.
Yeah, that's it.
And he could bring in a solid income and just do nothing but have fun. He could spend 2.5 months figuring out what that video is going to be, just fucking golfing, whatever you want to do. And then we're going to knock this one video out. And like, people are going to be talking about it for 3 months until we drop the next one. You're right. He could probably make enough money to never have to worry about the nut he's got in the bank.
If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. And to listen to the full 3-hour podcast, search Gypsy Tales in your favorite podcast platform or click the link in the description below. Gypsy Gang.